Have you ever imagined a world without technology, without social networks? Think about it for a moment. For some people, technology like social networks help them to have an easier communication with people. But does it really make it easier? Think about this. When you're hanging out with people, nowadays they use more their cell phones than talking to the person that is next to them. So today's point we're going to talk about social networks in school. Social networks in school. Okay, social networks in school help students to have a better communication with teachers and classmates. This makes it easier to ask for homeworks, quizzes, next projects, but it also affects them a lot. While having their cell phones in class, with all these apps that are nowadays, they can easily get distracted from putting attention in class. So this affects them in a very drastic way. My hypothesis is that social networks affects more students than they actually help them. To prove this hypothesis, I made a little quiz to the students from tech to ask them questions relevant to my hypothesis. And I actually get very positive answers in this quiz that I made. And the results that I got were that most of the students think that social networks affect them more than they actually help them. Because in class, they get easily distracted by using their phones, their iPads, or any other device. While the teacher is asking them for homework, they're talking about the next quizzes, projects, and all related to the class. My personal opinion is that yes, social networks affect students more than it helps them. Why? Because social networks actually makes communication easier with teachers and classmates, but it's a big distraction nowadays. To conclude, my hypothesis was right. Social networks distract students. Yes. Using all these apps like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, they distract them a lot while they are putting attention in class. So, what is the point now? We should use social networks as a useful tool and not as a distractor.